Hi, I'm Michael Lind, the Policy Director of the Economic Growth Program at the New America Foundation, and my guest today is Craig Calhoun, who is President of the Social Science Research Council, a professor at New York University, and the founding director of NYU's Institute for Public Knowledge. Tell me about real-time social science.
Well, it's crucial. There's a tendency in social science to want to have the perfect study, to want to control all the variables, get to all the variants, which is an important part of the search for better knowledge. But it has the effect often of making every social science study, even the ones that are motivated by interest in a current issue, history by the time they come out. And so it seems important to find a variety of ways to overcome the delays in publishing, to get work in progress out more effectively when it can still inform policy discussions.
The Social Science Research Council has been doing this for some time, hasn't it?
Well, we have. It's been, in a way, it's been doing this since it was founded in 1923. I'd like to say it's had an issue from the beginning that it hasn't managed to solve. It was created by intellectuals and foundation officials who were worried that left to themselves, academics would talk to each other in ever narrower groups of specialists.
Why would they think that?
And exactly, and we haven't fixed that problem. But for decades, what we've been working on is developing interdisciplinary work that would focus on key problems and enable people to speak beyond their core groups. So this was an issue in the SSRC's contributions to trying to deal with the Great Depression, and with a variety of other issues since. But during the whole post-war boom of the growth of universities, it became a lot easier for academics to talk only to other academics. And so it's something that we've had to renew our attention to in recent years to try to become more effective at getting beyond the insider communication.
Now, one of your methods for communicating with the larger political and public policy world is your new series of SSRC books with Columbia University.
Sure, the privatization of risk series, for example. But there are various topical series with Columbia, and what we've been pleased about in this and what we're trying to accomplish is we said we wanted books that would appear faster. So Columbia said they would get books out in about half of their normal time lag. That would be short books that could be read fairly quickly, that would be based on authoritative science, but would not necessarily be giving you all the groundwork of the foundations and the footnotes and the references and the tables in the books, but would be digesting that to bring to a non-specialist reader serious intellectual perspectives on key issues, whether it's healthcare or bailouts or pension reform.
Well, the 18th century philosopher David Hume said that he viewed his task as being a messenger between the realm of learning and the realm of conversation. It sounds as that's similar to your project.
Well, if we can see ourselves as heirs to the Scottish Enlightenment, I'll be happy.
Well, one final question. Tell us about the privatization of risk. What is meant by this as an overarching rubric for this new series of studies?
We really mean privatization of risk in two senses. First, that a variety of actors, for example, some in the financial industry, but not only there, were able to take big risks and to do so with reduced regulation, so that there was more private risk-taking with a variety of consequences. And then on the other side of the picture, many people were left facing new risks with reduced social safety nets, reduced sharing of the risks through insurance systems, reduced collective provision, whether you're talking about foreclosures in the housing market or unemployment or the loss of health care because it was tied to your employer and so forth. So what we're trying to get at is some of the factors that helped produce the current crisis. We started this project when we said it's a crisis already even before it had become acute.
So you were working on this before the
Oh yeah, we started working on this
fall of 2008.
Indeed, we started working on this in 2006, and one of the points that I think is important is that several of these things were already getting worse. The rate of foreclosures was up, the rate of job loss was up, the rate at which people were without health insurance was up. These aren't all things that happened just in 2008, just in response to a single moment of crisis. The moment of crisis was an acceleration of some trends that have been continuing, and the collapse of the successful private profit-making that had justified some of those trends for a while. So it enabled people to look more directly, and often frightened, at the situation that had been brewing for decades, really since the 70s.
Well, the subject could not be more timely.
Well, thanks very much for inviting me to the New American
Thank
Foundation
you,
to talk
Craig
about it.
Calhoun, President of the Social Science Research Council. Thank you.
Take care.